I just can't give it up. Yeah. Yes, sir. What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy D Nolly, aka Don Squally. And in today's video, man, we are going to be installing a new muffler on the G35. Now, for those of you guys who've been subscribed for a while, you'll know that I had the vibrant, ultra-quiet resonator on this car for a while. When I got my test pipes, I was daily driving this car. It was just too much, so I ended up getting the vibrant, ultra-quiet. And to be honest, it served its purpose. It made the car bearable to drive. It sounded pretty decent, but to be honest, the whole time that I had it on my car, I gotta say, I just wasn't very impressed with the actual sound that it was producing. So what I'm gonna be doing in today's video is installing a legitimate muffler on this car. Now, for those of you guys who can see the title, I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna make it, but I'm sure it's gonna be something involving a Mustang. But today we are gonna be installing a Roush muffler off of, I think, like a newer gen, like 2015, 2016 Mustang. Now, a buddy of mine had a Mustang, and one of the clamps came loose, and one of his mufflers fell off, and he went out and bought a completely different exhaust setup, and then he had the one muffler, so he decided to give it to me. Now, it's a Roush muffler, which typically wouldn't belong on a Nissan, but it is an expensive muffler. It is a quality muffler as well from like a reputable company. So what I'm going to do is test fit it on the G35 today. Before I weld it up, I'm just going to clamp it on, see what it sounds like, and if it sounds decent enough, I'm going to go ahead, weld it up, and we're going to run it for the season and see how it works. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into this one. Once we're done welding up, I'm going to throw in some before, and then we're going to go out, do a little bit of a drive, and get some after clips, man. Let's get into it. So first thing I'm going to do is figure out where I want to make the cuts here on my old muffler in order to make this install as easy as possible. Luckily, both mufflers here are right around the same size. And now that I've figured out where I want to make my cuts, I'm going to go ahead and make them. So then I'm going to put them side by side. Just take a quick measurement here of exactly where I want the cuts to be. Like these are almost perfect in size, so luckily for me, that should make the install relatively easy. And before I go ahead and weld this up completely, I'm just going to go ahead and clamp this muffler onto the exit pipe just so I can do a sound test and see exactly how it's going to sound. And I have to say, I am pretty pleased with the sound. Not too raspy in the higher RPMs. So then what I'm going to do is position the muffler where I want it, just using a jack. And once we completely welded up the exhaust, just went ahead and threw in a hanger there. I'm pretty happy with how this install went. Alright, so the install went relatively trouble-free. Cleaned the car up a little bit here, just to make it look a little nicer for when we go for our test drive. So it's on here. Now, one thing I'm not really into is this exhaust tip. I feel like it's just a little bit too small. So what I think I might do is maybe cut off one of these tips and polish them up and then clear coat them so they don't corrode like this. I've polished these tips like 3 or 4 times since I've owned this setup. And to be honest, they just keep corroding and rusting. But here's the Vibrant Ultra Quiet resonator. So now what I think I'm going to do is jump in the car. I'm going to take some after clips. But first, I took some before clips just to give you guys a side-by-side comparison. So I'm going to throw those in now, followed by the after clips. And there you have it, the installation of a Mustang Roush muffler on a G35. Now, to be honest, I'm really happy with the sound. It's not at all droney over 4,000 RPMs, which was the problem that I had when I had the muffler delete. It sounds really clean. It's definitely much louder than it was before, which is okay for me, just considering the fact that it's not like ear piercing, which was the initial problem that I was having before I put on the Vibrant Ultra Quiet. So we're going to run with this setup for the next, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 months, probably this summer. If I don't like it, then I'll invest in something a little bit better. But if you guys did enjoy this video, man, don't forget to smash that like button if you guys want to see more content like this. We're going to have a little bit of fun with the G this season. I think we're going to do a little bit more drifting. We're definitely going to be doing a lot more racing because I just been itching to get this thing out on the road and enjoy it. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So as always, I'm your boy D-Nolly, aka Don Squally. We're gonna catch y'all mofos at the next one, man. Peace.